Because Shadow walks through fire in his black Air Forces and stares all of them down, and first thing Shadow does is call them fruity.
Why are you gay?
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
So we start this off with our boy Shadow locked up in the raft with Hawkeye in him. Actually, I lied. It's even worse because my man spent 50 years stuck on Prison Island?
Oh, you think you just gonna leave it down there? Huh? We don't waste no motherfucking soap in here.
But anyway, Shadow been asleep for 50 years, and maybe someone broke in, or sensing Sonic having a happy life woke the demon up, because Shadow breaks glass and now he is just staring at all these soldiers pointing guns at him. When will these movie villains learn? Monster breaks free plus guns equals violation. Shadow starts teleporting all over the place, and it's hype. They took this straight from the game. I can't even lie. This was nasty. Yeah, he did. Then, next shot we get is of him skating on water. So you know he sent everyone on that island straight to King Yama. What's crazy about Shadow is, this man is basically a what if Vegeta and Law from One Piece did the fusion dance. And if y'all remember the trailer, it even takes the time to give Sonic a warning. This man basically said, hey, that boy Shadow basically an anime MC. Do not play with him. Then we got the crew getting summoned by Jesse Pinkman's ex-girlfriend to go deal with Shadow. Wait, in Japan? Why all the craziest shit always going down in Asia? Save some for us. They got Godzilla running crazy, Jujutsu Kaisen, and now this? This gotta be like living in the Marvel version of Zoo York. They hop out the chopper, and this was clean, I will not lie. They flying, gliding, tag teaming. It's almost like the director knew they had to make him look good considering what was about to happen next. Cause Shadow walks through fire in his black Air Forces and stares all of them down, and first thing Shadow does is call them fruity.
Why are you gay?
Like, Shadow might as well just said they be having sleepovers with James Charles, and they all sharing a sleeping bag. And Knuckles Ugandan, so you know they do not play that. But honestly, Knuckles should have stayed home, because he hops in looking for smoke just for Shadow to pop up, grab his hand like he about to salsa dance, and breaks his wrist. Then he follows that up by kicking him like Vegeta and juggling him like a clown. And I'm glad Sonic wasn't playing games, because he gets ready to turn up, but before he could even move, Shadow continues his decades-long tradition of making Tails look like a bitch any chance he gets. And this was devious too, because he was not a threat. Tails just showed up for emotional support and gets sent straight to the Shadow Realm. As bad as those two got it, this nigga Sonic gets washed. And I need y'all to understand, if someone beat me in a race, teleported me 100 feet in the air, and performed the Hidden Lotus, I'ma have to go to my biggest op for help too. Then Shadow follows that up with this?
Once.
Weakling.
I know Vegeta is somewhere smiling. Shadow hops on the chopper, blicked up, and starts swerving corners like he LeAngelo Ball. And I rate them hard for giving him a gun, even if it's only shooting lasers. But Sonic is not trying to get completely outsauced. His name is on the movie, so he starts doing the dash, he hitting the slow-mo, he looking crispy. And this scene alone shits on the entire first movie and proves exactly why we gotta be patient sometimes. Sometimes we want greatness in the first movie. Rome was not built in a day, people, give it time. Shadow hits this bike slide upward, straight spitting in the face of gravity, and knocks out Sonic so bad he has time to take him all the way back to the ground, handcuff him without Sonic even waking up.
I'm fine, guys. And before you ask, I handcuffed myself for tactical reasons that I do not have time to explain.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
This video is sponsored by Anime Express. They have a wide range of products that goes from t-shirts, hoodies, joggers, shorts, some of the best designs I've seen on any anime product. Me personally, I've been eyeing this Black Clover sweater for a while, and for the big boys such as myself, they got them sizes. Okay, you don't have to squeeze yourself into a medium. And if drip is not something you're looking into, that's cool because they got you covered with merchandise as well. Click the link in the description for an extra 10% off your entire order. I told you I got you. Now, let's get back to this nonsense. While Sonic is out here lying like LeBron James, Shadow links up with the professor that he knew 50 years ago, and almost immediately upon their arrival, Team Sonic gets washed by Shadow again. And as a fellow African during Black History Month, I'm actually offended for Knuckles. Like, why they do my guy like this? But just like last time, Sonic makes me wonder if this is really his movie, because Shadow pins this man up on the wall, Tom Holland style. No way Mario is getting done like this in his movie. This is actually crazy. Sega actually signed off on this. And look at how far back Shadow is cocking that punch. This is devious. Nah, let me just pause real quick because y'all don't understand. I had Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast. This shit means something to me. We got Jim Carrey giving the performance of a lifetime as both Eggmen. The animation went crazy. The characters look like the characters. The humans were barely in this movie, and when they showed up, they actually were funny this time. Like, they fucked. And I think the craziest thing of all, like, I had to grab a towel and wipe myself down. Shadow loving Latinas now is canon? Yo, I need 5 more movies by 2027. But back to Shadow. My man comes through and almost punches Tom back into the X-Men. And low-key, this is kinda crazy because Tom wasn't even Tom at that moment. Shadow saw this old ass man with a broken arm, as far as he knew, and hit him with a Falco punch. And after 3 violations, Sonic has had enough. This movie ain't called Shadow 3. He starts crashing out. Man was even about to box Knuckles, but instead gets the emeralds, goes super, and flies straight to the fade. Do you know how angry, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be to fly all the way to the moon to grab a nigga and then fly all the way back to Earth?
Where are the Latinas?
Luckily, Shadow had his reverse Uno card saved in his pocket for over 50 years because he immediately slaps the gold out of Sonic and runs his pockets. And man, when I saw Sonic turn around just to see Super Shadow, I hopped out my seat. And I loved how they made his fur the correct color, and they gave him the red lightning to contrast Sonic's yellow. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this is the closest we're ever gonna get to Dragon Ball Z in live action. So I hope y'all enjoyed, because these boys were straight boxing. First, Sonic goes in for a punch just to have Shadow treat him like Yamcha. And at this point, the kids in the theater were crying. And now, Sonic taking L's is actually affecting live people along with the environment in his movie. This man done caused global warming, ladies and gentlemen. And after just getting straight abused for an hour and 30 minutes straight, that's when my homie locks in. He caught that punch like Goku and goes to work. Sonic said, "Around the world, around the world." Shadow hits this nice drop kick mid-air though, perfect linear form, but Sonic's still cooking him, so he pulls out over reliable. And I can't even be mad, because if someone used my chin to clean the bottom of their shoe like Sonic just did, I'ma start cheating too. And that's a real nigga to me, because Shadow ain't teleported not one time this whole fight, but the moment Sonic started cooking and he started winning, this man said,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But This one, Shadow makes a common nigga mistake. Talking shit to your op while you're up.
It's over, Sonic. I will have all the Latinas. You can't fight me anymore. I will send your friends to go join. What was his name again? Tom?
The Latinas are mine, and mine alone.
Do you understand how mad you gotta be to punch a nigga straight to the moon? And look at this. Shadow doesn't even have time to fully turn his face before Sonic starts indenting his knuckles straight into this man's skull. And he was about to end it when Sonic starts having flashbacks. And I won't lie, this was a great emotional moment that I saw coming from a mile away.
I remember when Maria took me outside to sit under the stars to eat guacamole. I miss it. I thought if I could get all the Latinas in the world, I could replace her.
No, that pain never goes away. But at the same time, instead of Latinas, you can replace it with other things, like friends, white women, a lot of stuff. Look, if we don't stop Eggman, forget the Earth. There won't be any Latinas left to save. What do you say, pal?
Then they give each other a generational dap up and begin flying to the sound of Live and Learn.
Let's do this for the Latinas.
Again, y'all don't understand. At this point in the movie, I was damn near in tears. Forget kidding me. If you had told me 10 years ago that I'd see Super Sonic and Super Shadow in a movie, I'd call cap. Yet, here we are. And let me just say, I know our world got a lot of problems right now, but what a time to be alive. Because I was born to be able to watch this movie instead of living out this movie. But they putting in work against these robots. This shit ripped straight from Guardians of the Galaxy. I haven't seen this great of teamwork since Cap and Bucky jumped Iron Man. And I hate the fact that Shadow doesn't say Chaos Spear, but I'm so glad they put it in. And at this point, it's Sonic, it's Shadow. They gotta stop this shit from happening. And I love how Shadow just pulls up on Eggman and basically tells him, nah, you involved, I ain't dying alone, you dying with me. Now we know from the post-credits scene, and because he's him, Shadow is still alive, but we don't know what happened to Eggman. I'm hoping he's back, but we shall see. Again, they cooked with this movie, and I gotta say, out of all the jokes in this movie, this gotta be my favorite one.
I don't believe this.
I know, grandson. A woman in the military.